peace. This is Jabari Watoto, or you can call me Kale Kingpin, JB, or what some may say, Daddy Watoto. I know that's kind of a contradiction, Daddy Watoto. Watoto meaning children in Swahili, but I am the father of course, the Watoto from the Nile, godfather, uncle of many of the children in Watoto from the Nile. So it came about, the Daddy Watoto thing, because we actually started an email, and it was just something easy. When we said, we talk about Watoto from the Nile, we said we would call it Daddy Watoto. So that's how you get Daddy Watoto from the Nile. But I want to talk about Watoto from the Nile and why it is that we do what we do and how we do it with these young girls. So we take these young female sisters and we want to help them to become leaders in the community. We want to have them in the spirit of sisters like Harriet Tubman, Madam C.J. Walker, Fannie Lou Hamer, and many of our great warrior queens that's been here on this earth. I mean, the Frances Cress Wells, and they're still here today. Yeah, sisters like Sister Soulja, and many of those great sisters of the day. So what we're going to do is, with Daddy Watoto series, this is going to be episode 1, 2015, July the 21st, 2015. And I want to tell you how we kind of got started with this group, Watoto from the Nile. Started when my children were young, and they would always make up different songs, different things of that nature. And so from there, we had the radio on one day, and we heard a Lil Wayne song. At that time, it was single. And well, we actually had been doing some music a little bit before that, been doing some little things. But when I heard the song on the radio and how disgusting it was, I said, man. I talked to the girls about it. I said, you know, what do you think about that? You know, we talked about it. I said, we need to do something about that. I had already been writing some music myself. We had a group called Conscious Heads, and we put an album out back then, and did pretty good. Very conscious album. Then we had another young group that came out of our organization, which was Soul Survivors Nation, came out of the group, and they were called Sons of Nat. And a lot of energy with these young people. I mean, they were on fire. We would do talent shows, win talent shows, different things. And then down the line, as they started to go to college and all, it was me and my children, and so we decided to do the Watoto from the Nile thing. And they actually came up with the name because at that time, my daughters attended a African-centered school here in Baltimore. So we out of Baltimore. And, you know, they were called the Watoto. They called the children Watoto. And so they came up with the thing, Watoto from the Nile, when we were sitting in the car one day. So when we heard the Lil Wayne song a little bit down the line, we said we got to do something about this. So actually, I started writing songs. I had already been writing some other things. And I said, you know what, let me go ahead and write a song. We talked about it, me and the girls, and it will reflect what they thought and some of the things that I was thinking about hip-hop of the day. Alright, so this lecture series, this series we're going to call the Daddy Watoto video series. We're going to break down music videos. We're going to break down some of your favorite rap artists. And by the way, let me just say this from the start, that I love hip-hop music. I love hip-hop. I'm a fan of hip-hop. I got my beginnings back at being a DJ. When they used to call myself DJ Hardcore back in the day. I love hip-hop music. I love it to this day. And even some of the songs that's out today, I like the sound of the song, but I hate the message that's in the song. So let's just lay that out from the start. I am a warrior for our people. I fight for our youth, speaking in prisons, doing many different things. I love our youth to death. I love them. But I do have to show where our music has gone as a people, and why we find ourselves in the situation we find ourselves in today. Not just solely because of music, but because of everything. Because of racism, white supremacy, and on many different levels. But the industry has changed so much that you can't get into the industry mainstream unless you're talking about death and destruction. So unless you're talking about death and destruction. So we put these young ladies together. We said we want to breathe life, and since life comes from the womb of a woman, when we brought these young ladies together, we said we want to start breathe life back into music. We want to breathe life back into music. So we called it the LGE movement, life giving energy movement that we would start. Love giving energy movement, because it's so much hatred. And as you'll find as we go through this series of videos, as we break them down step by step, and you'll see the message that's inside the music. Then you wonder what's going on with our children today. And you'll hear me say several different times, it wasn't like when we were coming up. I'm 40 years old, and we had the Public Enemies, we had the Queen Latifah, we had the MC Lights and the Big Daddy Kane, which means King, Asiatic, none equal. Man, we had so many, the Brand Nubians, and the list can go on and on and on and on. But we had those people there to provide balance, because when I came up, that's what we listened to. And De La Souls and all those different folks, you know what I mean, like fun music and just groovy music a lot of times. I mean, and some of it was bad, but it was in a small percentage that this music was bad during that time. So then, as the NWA started to come on the scene, and that's when it really took a change. And I ain't gonna lie, I mean to this day, I love the sound of NWA. I mean, that's where we came up. But to be honest, NWA was one of those things that helped to corrupt us as a people. And from there, I know me personally, from guys around, a lot of my friends around me, we started to, hey, they go that pitch over there, you know what I mean, they go that B over there, hey yo, B's ain't, you know, this, that, and other. And we developed that type of mentality, because that's what NWA brought in the game. And I know it was a lot of stuff was going on in the hood, but like I said, I didn't know that to that level until NWA came into the game. So like I said, I love our people. This is no diss on our youth, because I love the youth, but I do understand the manipulation that's been done to our people by the record industry, by these white corporate folks who run things. You know, these white Jewish conglomerates, you know, different people who run the industry. I understand the manipulation that they have on our people, and they make it so in order for you to make money that you have to really literally sell your soul to the devil. So we want to get started with this right now. So the way we got started, so we heard the Lil Wayne song. Before that, a little bit, let me backtrack. There was a song by Soulja Boy. Y'all remember Soulja Boy? Soulja Boy all in this. Ooh, y'all remember that, right? And we had a party one day with our organization, and at that party we were dancing, and we were doing some things, you know, pretty conscious event, and, you know, having fun with our children and everything. They started doing the Soulja Boy, the little crank that dance. And, you know what I mean, we had the children, and, you know what I mean, and I even got up and I tried to do the dance. And I said, you know what I mean, I'm doing the dance and trying to get it in, whatever. And I went home that day, that night. I even went to YouTube, and I went online how to do the Soulja Boy dance. And so me and my daughters, we was in the house, we training on, you know what I'm saying, like next time, yeah, we go to that party, we gonna know this Soulja Boy joint. We gonna know this as a team, as a unit. So as I started to listen to, so you know, as we started to learn, you know, listen to the instructions and all, learn the dance and all, somebody called me, maybe later that day or something, and they said, man, you know, and then I said, man, my daughters, we in here practicing on our little Soulja Boy dance. We getting a little practice in. And so the guy said, man, you might want to take a look at, you know what I mean, what that song is talking about. You know what I mean? I heard a few things about, you know what I mean, what that song may be about. So I said, man, what you talking about? He said, yeah, man, it's like about some kind of sexual thing or something like that. I'm like, nah, man, come on, man. That song, come on, it's just a nice little friendly children dance, right? So I said, all right, well, look, let me check it out. Let me check into it. So lo and behold, I went to the internet and I just pulled the words of the song up on the internet, and I started reading like, whoa, wait a minute, what is this? What is this? What is this song talking about? Soulja Boy off in this. I'll show it to you. Just give me a second. Let's pull the words up right now. So now that you got a chance to look at the words of this song, and you can pull it up yourself on Google, now let's show you the music video. Check it out. Alright, so let's go into Super Soak. What does the Super Soak mean in this very disgusting song? And the problem that I really got with this song, like I said, as you see, you just saw the video and you saw how children are all involved in this video. Another thing, when I go to children parties, very inappropriate. I heard this song playing at different children parties, as well as today in the music that I hear. Is it appropriate for a Daisy Loaf or different things? And we gonna, oh man, we got a special when we go into her video. But is it appropriate to play these songs at a child's birthday party? So let's go into Super Soak. Like I said, we're about 5 years back in order to go forward. I'm telling you how this got started and why I really got into breaking down these videos. Okay, so now you go into Super Soak that hoe. That's what he said. And Super Soak that hoe. Please, I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm just laying out some truth to you here today. You can go check this out. You can go research this and check it out. Super Soak that hoe means to ejaculate directly on or all over a female. That's what Super Soak that hoe means. One part you hear the RoboCop, and it means to ejaculate semen into a bucket and to invert it into your lady's friend's head. So this is what you're doing when actually you singing the song RoboCop and Super Soak. This is what they have our children singing and dancing to. So this is why I'm mad. This is why we actually do this stuff with Watoto from the Nile. Now, Super Soak that hoe is when you're having sex with a girl, D style, you pull out and then you ejaculate on her back or butt. When she tells you to wipe it off, you pretend to, and when she wakes up, she has the bed sheet stuck to her back like a Superman's cape. Did you know that? Now, look. Crank that. And then we're going to leave this alone. Crank that refers to the act of, you know, masturbation as indicated by the lyrics. Watch me crank that, Soulja Boy, then Superman that hoe. Or watch me masturbate on a woman's back before sticking a sheet on her back, causing a cape-like effect. Brothers and sisters, it's a lot of trickery going on in the music industry today. And one of the things that they must do is to keep our people confused. This is why it's so important. So when we organize these young children, Watoto from the Nile, if you're listening today and you have children, we created this music so that we can bring love and life back to music, because our children are being so brainwashed, trained to be sex addicts, trained to be drug addicts, trained to be food addicts, trained to be any kind of addict that you can think of. This is what they're doing to our people today. They train to be fetching dogs, you know what I mean, to do their evil work, to promote black on black violence, to promote killing and going to prison. Because we do know ultimately that the people who are involved in the prison industry are also involved in the music industry, and it's all connected. It's nothing that's separate. So they use the music to fuel, like gas in a car, to fuel their agenda, to get our people in the prison. When they build these new prisons, they have to put people inside those prisons. So if you go into prison, they make money. If you take the drugs, they still make money, because they make money because they produce them. Kill each other and all those different things. The illegal gun industry, they make a lot of money from the hood. This is all a win-win situation for them. So it ain't about putting no blame on the Soulja Boys and all of them. Yeah, he does have to answer for some of the stuff, and a lot of people who actually sell their soul to the devil. But we have to create a better way for our children. You say that you want your children to grow up in the right way. Let's start this movement, this LGE, life, love giving energy movement. Get on board with what we're doing with Watoto from the Nile. Leave you just as we take you out. This is episode 1, and we're going to be doing these episodes all the time. We got a lot of people to cover, different songs. We're going to be breaking down the lyrics. I hope that you tune in. Check us out. We love y'all. Hey, get that album from Watoto from the Nile. It's called The Chosen One. Just click that link below in the description box. Get that album. Get that music. Hey, let's make a change. Peace.